I'll be honest with you. When I saw the spec sheet, specifically the RAM out of the box, I didn't think this phone was going to be any good. Usually budget Samsung devices feel a bit sluggish or laggy. But after the first 24 hours, this phone has actually confirmed a major bias of mine. When it comes to budget, Snapdragon remains superior and makes all the difference. Hello everyone, I'm Trevor and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Samsung Galaxy A36 5G. And I'm honestly really surprised by the overall performance with this device. This isn't my full review yet, just my first thoughts after a day of heavy use, but there's a lot to like here. The typical retail price of the Galaxy A36 is around $399, which puts it directly in competition with the Moto G Stylus of 2025, which is a series that I'm very familiar with. However, I went a different route. I caught the Black Friday sale and picked up this device for $275.
Wow.
Now this one is fully unlocked, so no carrier deals are needed to get this price. And I'm sure if you were to still shop around, you can probably find it somewhere close. But the fact that it was $275 and not $389, I went ahead and bought. So let's address the elephant in the room, performance. Now my unit specifically is the 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of internal storage model. And Samsung does offer the RAM Plus option with this device, but I turned it off because I don't see a performance improvement. So I list these mines off personally. So even with that feature being off, the performance is still really, really good. Now what's powering this device is the Snapdragon 6 Gen 3 paired up with the Adreno 710 for the GPU. So as far as scrolling through apps, browsing through the socials, it's been a really good experience. Being immediately greeted with Android 16 out of the box was pretty refreshing. And unlike previous budget Samsung devices, the lag just isn't there.
Wow.
From my experience. Now taking a tour of the hardware, the frame is plastic, which honestly isn't a big deal to me. It feels solid, but not cheap. You got the power and volume rockers on the right side that feel nice and clicky, and nothing on the left. On the bottom, we have USB-C charging, a long speaker grill, and a SIM tray. Unfortunately, there is no microSD card expansion here, so choose your storage option wisely. We do get Gorilla Glass Victus on both the front and the back, which is a nice touch for durability. Plus, the whole package is IP67 dust and water resistance.
Okay, sure.
Now Samsung pulled out the all-reliable Super AMOLED display and it is beautiful. It's a 6.7-inch Full HD panel with resolution at 1080 by 2340, and it's 120 Hz for the refresh rate. It also features an always-on display and an optical fingerprint scanner under the glass that works every time. Watching content is a joy. Now Samsung claims 1200 nits of brightness, but to my eye, I think it's actually brighter than that. This display gets pretty bright, y'all. And so that means outdoor visibility should not be any issue for you. Audio-wise, we have dual speakers, one on the bottom and one on the top. And the sound separation is actually pretty good for this price range. And I don't think this is anything that would disappoint the average consumer. Now on the rear, we have a triple camera setup. It's gonna be a 50 megapixel main sensor, an 8 megapixel ultra wide, and a 5 megapixel macro. And the selfie camera is 12 megapixels. Now max resolution for recording video on this device is 4K 30 frames per second, and that goes for both the front and rear cameras. Now this is going to be the front facing camera of the Samsung Galaxy A36. Currently shooting this at 4K 30 frames per second, and the camera is rated at 12 megapixels. Now this is not typically what this scene will look like if you are recording from the selfie cam. I am in my studio and I got lights going. And also, this is an example of what the audio will sound like. Now you're gonna hear a bit of an echo, unfortunately, but this should give you an example of what to expect from it. Somewhat of an example. Now this is currently being shot from the Samsung Galaxy A36, coming from the main sensor, which is 50 megapixels. It is wide and it's recording at 4K 30 frames per second. So typically this is what the video can look like. Now keep in mind, this is in the studio here and I got lights going. So this is like one of the best case scenarios, but this will also give you an example of what the audio sounds like. So it's probably gonna be a bit echoey, but typically if you have a mic, you shouldn't have that issue at all. But this is what you can expect from it. And as far as photos go, they come out surprisingly well. Better than I expected. What I really appreciate the most is that there doesn't seem to be a lot of AI post-processing. The photos actually look natural. Now, I will be doing a deep dive in the camera system in my full review, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, or at least stay tuned. Now, power and everything is going to be a 5,000 milliamp hour battery with 45 watt fast charge.
Okay, sure.
There is no wireless charging, but at this price point, that's not really a surprise. So far, battery life is solid. And I actually expect that to get even better as soon as the phone learns my usage patterns. So I'm curious to see what that is. I've been testing this on visible wireless and the connectivity has been flawless. The calls are clear, texts go through instantly, there's just no issues in that department. Overall, my first 24 hours with the Galaxy A36 has been extremely positive.
Okay, sure.
It's faster than I expected, the build is solid, and the Snapdragon chip is doing some heavy lifting, so kudos to Samsung. If you want to see the full review and see me push this thing to its limits, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.